Well, what really got you interested in professional wrestling? Was it something you enjoyed as a kid and just decided, hey, I want to do this?
My dad, he was a wrestling guy, and back then, I'm 57, so we're talking in the 70s. Even he came on here at 11:30 in this area. And we watched the Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling with Bob Cottle, and back as far as Jack Mulligan and the Mass Superstar and Jimmy Snuka and Gene Anderson. And so my dad would watch it on Saturday night, and I just kind of sometimes would stay, and he let me stay up and watch it. But as I got a little older, um, you know, he would tell me, you're going to get, do well on your test. You're going to study for your math multiplication, because math was tough with me. But the way he would get me is you learn, whatever the that week was, you learn those, tell me those, and you can watch wrestling. So if I didn't get them right, I didn't watch wrestling. So, buddy, I was on it. It was a good way to get me to do my homework and study, because, you know, I wouldn't choose a spanking over wrestling, but sometimes you think, wow, I just had something it gave me an incentive to learn, and we got to watch it, and that's when I fell in love with it. And I tell people, when you're a young boy and the teacher says, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" A lot of people say, "I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a firefighter or a football player." And I would have easily raised my hand and said, "I want to be a wrestler." And I always, it's nothing that just came up, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to go to wrestling school and do this." It was a dream. So I can say I can honestly say I lived my dream. And you know, I had a 20-year career, and I didn't ever sign the big contract, so I didn't get the big money. But you know what? I lived it, and I was able to achieve that goal, in my life. And it was like I tell everybody, if you have a dream, go for it. And so, just because you're not famous per se, I mean, I've had a chance to be in the ring with lots of very famous wrestlers, so that was a dream come true in itself.
Yeah, and you got to live out your dream, sharing the ring with guys like Andre the Giant. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was, it's like it didn't happen. You say it's a surreal moment, and thinking back, and my second match ever on television, coming right out of wrestling school. And so that's just something that doesn't happen every day. And I had even I was sharing my a little bit with here in the past 6 months with Big Show was one of our Comic Con. He was
hmm,
doing a autograph
yeah,
thing,
hmm,
and I help out with those with a friend of mine
yeah,
who's a promoter. And
hmm,
so I said, I'm not a shy person, and I'll go up and say, "Hey, I was training my Nelson Royal, and I wrestled for WCW, blah blah." And but I said, one of my cool moments was Andre. I got in the ring, and I'll have a picture on my phone so he knows I'm not just saying it. And he looked at me and said, "Not many people have done that." He said, "Job guy, top guy, whatever. Not many people in this industry can say they got in the ring with Andre." So they said, "You got something that a lot of people don't have," and that was pretty cool. Him telling me that, and because his time came along later after Andre was gone, but that he was the giant in this generation, in this particular era. But back in my time, Andre was the main attraction, the feature. I mean, they say he never really signed with a promotion because everybody wanted him,
he
so
was
he
an
just moved
attraction.
around. Yeah, he was an attraction, and they would just figure it out, whether it was Japan or whether it was AWA, NWA, WWF, whatever. He would work something out, and they would fly him and get him in, and he was all over the place. He didn't have um, a deal with really nobody, But such an amazing. Um, I could go on about Andre all day, but like I said, people say, "What was it like?" And I say, "It was like a refrigerator with arms grabbing a hold of me," and that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
He was big as a refrigerator, and he's tall, and I mean, I think he was 7 foot even when I wrestled with him, and he was 7'4" when he started, and he had multiple back surgeries to relieve pressure and pain. And so you get shorter as you get older. They say he was right at 7 foot before he died. So um, the you know, but overall, it's just like I said. I look back and think, wow, that really happened. That was me. And so really cool experience. There's so many more, but that was the one that sticks out, um, above all because it was Andre, and it's such an amazing experience.